My sister tried to reunite me with my ex for years, even ambushing me while pregnant, so cut ties for my family's safety. I never thought I'd be the kind of person to go no contact with family, but my sister forced my hand. This is the story of how years of meddling, betrayal, and sheer disregard for my safety led me to cut my sister and most of my family out of my life for good. The backstory. My ex, Jake, fake name, was the worst thing that ever happened to me. We dated for 4 years, and the relationship was riddled with emotional manipulation, financial control, and gaslighting. He isolated me from friends, dictated what I could wear, and made me feel like I was nothing without him. The final straw came when he started getting physically aggressive. Nothing that left marks at first, but it escalated. The day he shoved me into a wall so hard I got a concussion was the day I left. My family knew everything. My parents were supportive and helped me escape. But my older sister, Stephanie, had always loved Jake. She thought he was charming, successful, and the best I could ever get. She blamed me for the breakup, calling me dramatic and saying I should have worked through it. I went no contact with Jake and moved across the country, blocking him everywhere. But Stephanie? She decided she knew better. The first coincidence. About 6 months after I left, I was back in my hometown visiting my parents. I had told my mom not to tell Stephanie I was coming because I didn't trust her. My mom slipped up, and suddenly, Stephanie just happened to run into me at a coffee shop. And guess who she brought along? Jake. I walked out immediately. Later, she texted saying she was just trying to heal the rift between us. I told her to never do that again. She didn't listen. Years of meddling. Over the next 3 years, she pulled stunt after stunt. She accidentally gave Jake my phone number. I changed it. She told mutual friends that I was still in love with him, so they'd try to push us back together. She even invited him to a family barbecue without telling me. I left the second I saw him. When I started dating my now husband, she told him horrible lies about me, hoping he'd leave so I'd go back to Jake. I went low contact with her, only speaking to her at big family gatherings. I should have cut her off then, but I still had hope she'd grow up. The final straw, an ambush while I was pregnant. A year ago, I found out I was pregnant. It was a high-risk pregnancy, and I was beyond careful with my stress levels. My husband and I decided not to tell my extended family until later, but my mom told Stephanie. I was furious, but tried to let it go, until Stephanie struck again. At 7 months pregnant, I was visiting my parents when she showed up unannounced. I was in the living room when suddenly Jake walked in behind her. I felt like I couldn't breathe. My husband wasn't there and I was trapped. I immediately told them to get out, but Stephanie blocked the door and started ranting about how Jake had changed and how my child deserved a real father, not some new guy. Jake tried to touch my belly. I lost it. I started screaming at the top of my lungs for my dad, who thankfully was in the backyard. He stormed in, saw what was happening, and literally threw Jake out of the house. My mom was in tears, and my dad told Stephanie she was no longer welcome in their home. She had the audacity to text me later, saying, "One day you'll thank me." I blocked her on everything and told my parents that if they ever let her near me again, they wouldn't see their grandchild. The fallout. My parents were devastated but understood. My mom begged me to forgive and forget, but I told her forgiveness doesn't mean stupidity. My brother sided with me and went no contact with her too. Extended family was divided. Some said she was just trying to help, others called her insane. Stephanie still tries to reach out through fake numbers and emails, always playing the victim. But I'm done. My husband, my baby, and my peace come first. TLDR. My sister spent years trying to force me back with my abusive ex. She even ambushed me while I was pregnant. I cut her off for good. Top comments. Comment 1. Your sister is unhinged. Does she have some weird obsession with your ex, or is she just that controlling? OP's response. Honestly, I've wondered the same thing. She always put Jake on a pedestal, like she had a crush on him herself. Or maybe she just liked controlling me. You did the right thing. No contact is the only way. Please stay safe and document everything in case she escalates. OP's response. Thank you. I have all her texts and emails saved. If she tries anything, I won't hesitate to get a restraining order. Comment 3. The fact that she tried to use your unborn child as leverage is disgusting. Good on your dad for standing up for you. OP's response. I'll never forget the look on my dad's face. He was furious. I'm just grateful he was there. Comment 4. I can't believe your mom still wants you to forgive and forget after that. How do they justify what she did? OP's response. My mom is a classic peacekeeper. She hates conflict and wants the family to be whole. But I refuse to sacrifice my safety for that. Comment 5. Blot her. Block the flying monkeys. Live your best life. She doesn't deserve a place in it. OP's response. That's exactly what I'm doing. She made her choice. Now she can live with it.